Hello and welcome live to VAR Nation. I'm your host, Rock VAR, hanging out here on this bonus Ancient Coins weekend in DC Universe Online. And we're going to hit up some of the Amazon Fury Part 3, I don't want to call them events, but I'm going to call them missions, so that we can get some bonus Ancient Coins and help to get the last of our Fallen God gear. You can see, well, maybe you don't know, last night I got the pants, so I was able to, because of the bonus Ancient Coins weekend, I was able to get the last 110 that I needed. I got 110 coins in one day. I was able to do all of the solos, the duo, the 4-player alert, both raids, and the 410. And I earned 110. I already had some, but I ended up earning 110 coins, and I got my pants, and this is what they look like. And I've been saying for a while that I didn't necessarily care to get these. I think they're awesome. Now that I see them on my tune in the colors that I want them, they are pretty sweet looking. I'm not gonna lie. I should have got them a while ago. This is what they look like on my tank. I dig the fact that they have the line going down, so I can make the yellow line match the line on my other, like on the top and everything. And I love what the addition that it makes to this, not really a belt, but what looks like a belt. The next thing on my agenda to get actually is the belt, but I don't know that I'm actually going to wear it with these outfits because what I've got looks so cool. I don't know. And I played around with, you can see there's a part on the side here you can play around with and change the color too, where you see what looks like 3 blue stripes. And so on this one I've made it yellow, so there you can see the 3 yellow stripes there. The one on the bottom is part of the pants, and it kind of looks like a piece to the belt. And so I like that you can change that around. I haven't put it yet on this one, and I haven't put it yet on this one, so we'll play with that maybe, I don't know. But first I'm going to go ahead and queue up for the 4-player so we can get the ball rolling on getting these coins, because I need like 70 some, and right now I should probably have none. I don't know how many I have, so I am going to have to end up spending some replay badges, which I have to go get, because I want to do the raids again. It's really worthwhile doing the raids because you get so many coins at this point. So I'll go, while we're waiting to get queued up for this, I'll go to Little Bow, spend my loyalty points to get replay badges, and then we'll go hit up the outside missions. I haven't done it today yet. I've been trying to do it every day, and then it was funny because like Wednesday I was thinking, man, I wish they'd give us another Ancient Coin bonus weekend, because I really need to get this stuff before the new content comes out in June, which is, not that far away. And they're always thinking of us. The devs are always thinking of us here, kinda. I mean, they are. So let's see. I've got 536. I can get 150 replay badges. I don't have many replay badges right now, so that's going to get me enough to basically be able to do the raid one time. But that's cool. I mean, I wouldn't spend them for anything else really. And if I have to, if I think I want to, I'll go buy some. But I don't know if I should do that. Before we get queued here, I'll check and see. We've got a comment from a viewer. Thanks for stopping into the stream. Let's check out our comments. Alpha OB and Glue says hi. How's it going, man? He asks, do you want a PvP? No, not so much. I don't PvP very much ever, really. I don't even have any PvP gear. Nor am I spec'd at all into toughness. Really, I just PvE. I'm a PvEer. And I don't know, it kind of is funny too, I do not know the mechanics of PvP. Lucky. people would come up, and I think I've got it set right now. If somebody comes up and attacks me or whatnot, like it just ignores them. Um, but that used to happen all the time, and before they added that into the game, it would be one of those things where you might just be, oh man, I can't get there. You might just be like chilling in the game, and then all of a sudden somebody comes up and you're under attack, because you might have been picking up a piece of gear or doing something in your inventory. The pop-up happens. You didn't realize that it was because you were, getting an invitation to fight, and all of a sudden you're in the middle of a brawl. And at first, I would just get stomped immediately because I don't even know what's going on. Here we're going to trials. And then when Rage Power came out, I got Rage, and it made it cool because Rage was set up in a way when it first came out that like it was really OP, and all you really had to do was just start your combo and you would smear someone. And so it was cool because I would get attacked and it'd just be like blunk, they're dead. It wasn't because of any skill that I had, but it looked that way. If somebody didn't realize that Rage was just completely OP at the time. So it was kind of fun, but no, I don't really. I PvP'd to get some feats. I need to do it a lot more to get some different feats. But I will probably never be good at it. Just because, I don't know. I'm not like, I feel like if it were villains fighting heroes, then I would want to do it more. But since it's like you're supposed to look at it like sparring, and learn how to fight, and it can help you in PvE. You'll be much better at PvE if you're good at PvP. I do realize that. But I just don't like fighting heroes. Plus, I don't like fighting people. Period. I don't want people mad at me, and I get mad. It's mostly because of me. I don't like to lose. And I'm not a delicate loser.
You dare to cross me?
I'll check out comments, guys, as soon as we get out of here. I didn't mean to leave it off, necessarily. Just, normally takes a while for the comments to ramp up, so as soon as I've got a minute here, I'll turn the comments back on, so we can see all what's everybody's talking about. And I gotta realize, oh no I don't. I thought I had a tank. I did have a tank. Now he's not tanking, so. I was gonna say, I have to remember to stay behind my tank now, when I have one. And I did just finally, because I just finally got, my new, Amazon Fury gear here. Oh man, this guy's not gonna let me pick up because there's nobody to pull this ad off of me. Thank you. Ad, get the... Damn! What I was just getting ready to say, and I guess what got proven here, was that I've got all my crits now. I put my gear in, and I got critted up. Oh, come on! Damn it. I can't get you both. I can't get either of you if I've got this boss on me. The boss is attacking me. Not the good boss like Bruce Springsteen. Let's get him over here to a chain. See if me and this dude can do this by ourselves. I doubt it. Nope. I'm gonna die. We're all gonna die. I'll take this moment while I'm dying to put up the comments so I can see when people are talking to me. Advanced settings, display spectators, messages, or whatever. Oink. Sony Phillips, how's it going? No man, I don't have a aura to give. Sorry. Black or orange?
Life is one crushing defeat.
What's up, Jack?
After another until you end up here. Then it gets bad.
I'll keep you in mind if I come across them. I haven't seen a black or orange aura in a long time. It's been a while. I wonder if they're on the marketplace. I don't know. That's always a good place to check. So I'll tell you what. I'll tell you a little secret. It's probably not a secret, but if you do go out and look for collections, you can sell those for pretty good money on the broker and pretty much buy anything you want. But that said, it can be hard for free and premium players if you're well, I don't have any auras right now, man. To be honest with you, I don't know when the last time I got an aura was. It just kind of comes to my attention right now. I don't know if they drop in the game or if you have to purchase them. Because I've got the auras that I've accumulated, which I've normally always either bought off the broker or gotten in some kind of a booster bundle or something like that. But it's been a long time since I've gotten an aura. I kind of wish they'd make that a drop thing. I know sometimes it is. Sometimes they come in Prometheum lockboxes too. Lyda got a bunch of them during the seasonal. Not those particular ones, but she got a lot of the Hearts ones. Damn it. Come on now. How many times do we all have to die before the tank realizes we need a tank? I had 3 games to play for the rest of my life. I would only need one, DCUO, because that's the only game I've been playing for like 5 years. But man, that's a good question. One of them, I'll play your game though. I'll play your mind games. One of them would be DCUO. Another one, I'm really partial to Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. So if I could have like an updated version of San Andreas maybe that would play on PS4, which I don't know if there is one already or not. I've only ever played it on Xbox, which is why I can't play it anymore. Because I don't have one. Man, this is a disaster. But if I would want an updated version of San Andreas. I've never even played 5, so I don't know. Maybe I would like that better. But San Andreas was my favorite because I really like. Okay. This is really too easy for us to have died twice. I don't have my keyboard hooked up, or I would ask Slade if he wants to tank. Maybe I'll just tank.
Why bother repairing your gear? It'll just break again.
I'm going to start a fight right now, I think. I'm not going to start a fight, but I'll bet it does. I'm just going to say, because I don't have a keyboard, so I don't want to, like, I can't write an entire book to this guy. But I just want to say, tank. See what his response is. It'll probably be, you suck. Oh snap, so I can get, okay, well I'm going to download it. Sweet. Lyda doesn't enjoy that I play that game as much as I did, but I loved it. I became obsessed with ruling territories, so I just would follow colors around all the time. Nope, he doesn't want a tank, so I just pissed him off. Sorry dude, that was not my intention. I just like tanks. But the other one, the third one, would probably have to be Skyrim. Either either Sky, any of the Elder Scrolls could keep me occupied. So those three. An Elder Scrolls game, preferably Skyrim. I haven't gotten into online yet, so I don't know what that's like. I've played it, but it pissed me off that I had to pay extra for PlayStation Plus in order to be able to play the game. So I kind of quit that. But an Elder Scrolls game, San Andreas, and DCUO. Those would be my three games. And mostly I just play DCUO. And then when I would get pissed off and I would want to kill some people or go on a rampage, I would play Grand Theft Auto. And I don't know. If I wanted to use magic or something, I'd go play Skyrim. Skyrim for me, the Elder Scrolls games for me were I was really into those pre-DCUO. So by the time I actually had DCUO, I had everything I wanted out of a game. But that was my opportunity to kind of play this game before it existed. Just because you could change your outfits, you had powers, I could levitate in a lot of the games. And it was, fun that way. My character would always be named like Kal-El or something along those lines. One of ours was Kal-El Alexander, which we thought was going to be our son's name. And so that's... But now that I've got this game, I don't really hurt for anything to play or do. Like right now, Lyda and Bodhi, we normally would be all in the same room, but for purposes of doing videos and stuff like that, I've moved my PlayStation into another room, and we have a entryway between us. We can still see each other and hear each other, but we're kind of segmented off because of that. But so I'm in here playing right now, and they're watching TV, Netflix. And Bodhi's having his morning bottle before we will all take an afternoon nap. And that's just kind of what we do. Skyrim, the Elder Scrolls games, it's kind of set back in an ancient time where there's elves and humans and different kinds of species that have different abilities. You be a magic user, a mage, which is the same thing, a warrior, but it's all kind of Renaissance-y, and you get armor, and you can work your way up through different guilds, like the Mages Guild. Like eventually you can be the head of the Mages Guild. And just stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. It's kind of like a game version of an old Choose Your Own Adventure. But it's a lot slower than DCUO. No, not necessarily like Harry Potter. More like Lord of the Rings. It's kind of a lot like Lord of the Rings. You got like, I don't know if you have dwarves or not, but it's very, and you physically at first, now later in the game they got to the point where you could fast travel and stuff like that, but at first you had to literally walk and kind of whatever across the entire map. And it was kind of cool because as you walked and ran, you gained like skills in those things, so you would eventually be able to run faster and for longer periods of time because of your experience in walking and running. What the hell? Jack, seriously? I know you're young, but what's Lord of the Rings? Yes, The Hobbit. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get on you there, but one ring to rule them all.
In life, I was thriftless and lazy. This is my sentence.
Clyde's not here to tell me who's in it. Elijah Wood. Viggo Mortensen. Think Middle Earth, and that's what you get in the Elder Scrolls games. First chance storage, that's what's the problem. I ain't got no problem. So now I have to wonder which one should I spend replay badges on, Ollie or Gom? I really like Ollie. I've made some huge developments with my other tunes this week too. Ah, you're into Harry Potter? I like Harry Potter. We went and saw every Harry Potter movie. Me and Lyda and Alan Scott, JSA, Lyda's brother, and our family. We were big into it. We like The Magicians too. I don't know if you've ever seen that on Netflix. It's dark, so if you like Harry Potter because it's friendly, don't necessarily watch The Magicians because it's very, very dark. But it's kind of like an adult version of Harry Potter. It's like a dude who's college age finds out there's real magic. He gets inducted into this like school for magicians that exists on the outskirts of reality, kinda. And it's basically a rip-off directly of Harry Potter in a sense, but it's not. It's based on books, so I guess it can't really be a rip-off of Harry Potter, because I'm pretty sure these books came long before the Harry Potter books. But still, it's really good. It's similar in nature. It's set in today's modern times. That guy asked what the problem was, and then he died. Oops. Problem is people keep dying. That's the problem. The problem is I'm running my mouth instead of playing the game. That might be the problem too. It could be. Speaking of my mouth, I do have a new video up on the channel dealing with Stat Revamp 1.4. They put some information out last weekend about Stat Revamp 1.4 and what they're doing with weapon damage. And so if you're interested in that, I give a little information. Okay, well you might like The Magicians. It's kind of, I would classify it as scary adventure, like both. Not real scary, just kind of scary. Transformers are awesome. Well, no, they're not. I was going to say that's what Bodhi and Lyda are watching right now, but they were earlier. They just put another season of Transformers Robots in Disguise on Netflix this week.
I've been waiting for you.
She's been waiting for you.
Fallen heroes.
She has a menagerie. What? She's trying to have a menagerie of heroes? That's weird.
Stare if you dare. Allow me to gaze into your soul. Destroy these intruders.
Ah.
You cannot defeat me.
I like that Malfoy is on Flash now. Every time I see him, I think he's going to be like, Porter! He always looked like he was gonna squirt out a deuce whenever he said Harry's name. It was funny. Polter.
I'll seal your fate. Allow me to gaze into your soul.
Oh no, don't gaze at me.
Destroy these intruders.
Never know what you're gonna find in my soul, lady.
How dare you? Look into my eyes. Allow me to gaze into your soul.
Suck it. Why is my thing so wimpy?
Well done. The
I
next
have
stop is Olympus.
my
to
everything's
save my
full
mother.
that should make that thing happen. My no, I still haven't. Is it on your channel? I need to go and watch it. I'll make a point of doing it after the stream. Well, we're very close in damage. I've been wondering why my DPS sucked so bad, and I think it's because I didn't have my mods with my ability crits. I'm gonna blame it on that anyway. It's not my skills. Oh yeah, check it out. So since I streamed last, I made an addition to the tech lab because we have a lot of stuff happening here. You know, there's a lot of computers, a lot of places for people to work, and well, in every office environment, you must have water. You must have a water fountain or station or whatever you want to call it. So I added one, and because we're such hard workers here at Bard Tech, we drink a lot of water. So we had to add our own filtration system here to make sure that we don't have to continuously fill the water. So there we go. It'd be cool if there was like a little fish swimming around in there or something. Or if bubbles came up every once in a while. You can see that there is water in it though. See how it's moving? Look, it's full up to a certain point. You can kind of see the line there. That's neat. The detail of stuff in here is awesome. In DC Universe Online. Oh, you just made it? Okay. Well, yeah, man, I'll go check it out. So I got some stuff that I don't really need, but we'll see how many ancient coins I've got now. Go ahead and repair. Reap. I have 17. So, you know, by the end of the day, I might be able to get a ring. I only need a face mask, a belt, a cape or a back, and a ring, and I'll have all of the gear. I'll be good to go. And this is what I was talking about, and for anybody that doesn't know, so like for example in my legs, if I didn't have that blue socket in there, I would not get the 251 health and the 104 might, but I also wouldn't get the plus 2.5% critical ability attack chance. And what that means is when I do, it's a chance that I will crit when I use my powers, and that just takes the damage that you do and adds, you know, when you it makes it more. I don't know how to describe that really. Oh, so you don't play DCUO a whole lot, do you? You had nothing and you kept dying. That pretty much sums up my experience with the game when I first started playing it too. Just kept dying. Couldn't really get anything accomplished. Took a long time, I'm not gonna lie. Took a long time to get to the point where we could go into a mission and not get laughed out of it. Or ridiculed out of it. Or whatever, but, you know, eventually you get there. It's just kind of hard to, it's kind of hard to get going in the beginning, especially when you don't have any gear. And it used to be much harder to get going than it is now. It's come a long way in making it so people can start out and raise levels to a level 100 if you purchase the upgrade. And it gives you all the gear you need, and it gives you the skill points that you would have to get. And it's, you start out at a pretty good place. I was surprised because I thought, okay, great, you're going to skip to 100, and then you're just going to basically suck at that point. No, it really does give you what you need to be a pretty stable player at that mark. So if you think about doing it, it's a pretty good deal. I mean, I don't know how much it costs, but
Harpies, never the most friendly creatures to begin with. And now they've been twisted even more by Typhon's
collecting
return.
these base items so I can give them to Alan. I don't like rushing through missions, so if someone else is really excited to get through a mission, they can go ahead and I'll just kind of follow. I enjoy the fight. I enjoy going through the motions of the play. Yeah, man. Anytime you're on, just let me know. If you see, add me to your friends list as soon as you get on. And if you see me online, holler at me. I'll play with you. I like to, I'll run you through a bunch of content and help you get raised up quick. I got no problem doing that.
The Hellhounds have run wild without their master.
Hellhounds on your trail, boy. This guy's booking. He's booking through this stuff. He's ready to get done. He's like, damn it, I got ancient coins to get, you slow bastard.
Have you returned to gloat over the powerless king of the dead? It's not enough I am uncrowned, but now you taunt me. Your presence is nothing
I
but a
taunt no
reminder
one.
of my betrayal, while a
And
false
everyone at
king
one time.
sits on a makeshift throne.
We taunt each other.
Ixion, former ruler of Thessaly, now
Ooh, Shadow
controls a
Dragon, thanks for the
rebellious
like
sect of
on
shades and wants to
Twitter
rule all
about
of
my
the
feed.
undead.
Thank
I
you,
have
Steve
heard
Rath,
of
for the
defeat of
retweet.
Zeus, and that the god of monsters
Magus.
now reigns.
Thank you,
I assume that is why
Toxica,
you
for
are
liking
here,
the tweet.
Because you need my aid? Very well. Free me and help me regain control over my domain, and I will consider
Shadow
it.
Dragon does some good stuff if you want to see how to spec your gear. He goes onto the test server and he demonstrates all of these things that a lot of times I just talk about, and so much more. I mean, he does unboxings and all kinds of stuff, so if you haven't seen his channel, check it out. I'm not sure exactly the URL. I know it's Shadow Dragon. I know that his Twitter is @ShadowDragonDC, and I'm sure you can find it from there, but it's definitely worth checking out. I watch it, and it makes me feel much better about this upcoming change in stats, because now I've seen someone play the revamped powers, and I've seen how he has spec'd his power point or skill points and set up the loadouts, and it's very reassuring that I'm not going to be just in the dark, because that's, I got to follow somebody's lead when it comes to that kind of stuff. Ooh. I don't know if I need that or not, but I'm going to go ahead and take it.
Now in hell, as it was above, Ixion, you are an impotent lord, and truly reign
I don't know,
over
there's still a
nothing.
lot of things about this game that I don't get, and I think that I get, so I'm dangerous in that regard.
You were wise for helping me
Just when I
regain
think that I've wrapped my
rightful
mind
place
around the
as
way
king
stuff
and ruler
works,
of the dead. Zeus
I'm
and I
wrong a lot of
both
times.
lost our-
And so I end up watching guys like Shadow Dragon, and I'm like, oh, that's how. Okay, that's why you do that. I mean, to be honest with you, I played the game for 2.5 years before I blocked. We did not understand the concept of this game. I mean, most games that I played, I didn't need to block. And like I've said many times, I played video games to win. I didn't play for a challenge. So pretty much every game that I've played up until DCUO, I did with cheat codes in hand. I mean, I was one of those guys with the Grand Theft Auto games. I had pages and pages and pages of codes, and I would just run through the street and be like, I want a bazooka launcher, brrrap. I want to drive a limo, brrrap. I want a jetpack, brrrap. And I just had them all memorized, and I mean, it was fun for me to play. But then when I got into DCUO, and there's no pause, so you can't just like do something ridiculous and then pause the game to figure out what you want to do to get out of the situation. There are no cheat codes. It was completely learning to play a game for me from beginning. I was not a gamer. And so, I'm at a level now where I can survive, and I have a lot of fun playing. I think that I've learned a lot. I think that I know a lot about this game, but it's like anything else in life. You get to a level, and then you have an epiphany where you're like, oh shit, I've been doing this backwards this whole time. And now I know. Like, for example, I've gotten into not arguments, because I don't argue with people online if I can help it. But I've been in situations where I've thought the reason for certain things has been one thing, and I've played the game that way. And one of the examples that I've given is when you're in Underworld Trials and you're fighting the Phoenix. There's a one-shot that a lot of people don't know about, because it only happens if you don't do something correctly to begin with. And so I was going through it. The first couple times I played it, the one shot kept happening. We couldn't figure out why. Every group that I was in would just disband. We'd be like, it must be a glitch. Because every time you beat the damn Phoenix, it one shots you. It was actually the second time. And then it occurred to me, I guess, that would only happen when somebody was standing in her nest when she went back to inspect. So I thought, okay, everybody has to get out of the way of the Phoenix and kind of hide in the corners when she goes back and inspects the nest. If nobody's there, nobody will prompt the one shot. And I thought that for a long time, because the groups that I was in, we just kept doing that, and it kept working. What I was missing the whole entire time, because I'm a DPS and I'm not leading my way through the mission, I learned a long time ago. I learned from Super Patriot. I don't know Super Patriot, but I learned from watching one of his, I guess it wasn't a stream. I think it was the talk show that they do, the Sourcecast, but he was on there one time talking about DPS that would run ahead, because he was a tank, and I had no clue about roles at the time, and so I was one of those, I'm sure. And then after I heard him talking about that, from that moment on, I always followed the tank. I was in the tank's hip pocket, and I didn't move unless the tank would move. In fact, tanks would play with me in missions, because they would realize that if they moved to the left, I would move to the left. If they moved to the right, I would move to the right. If they backed up, I would back up. I always stayed behind the tank, no matter what. And so that's the way I still play to this day. And that's why, I'm not quite that, dumb about it. But I do follow the tank. And that's why I really like it when there is a tank in a game. And I don't like a bunch of DPS just going willy-nilly. I like to follow the tank. I like to have a leader. And so what I wasn't realizing was that as I'm going through this mission, we're all the time going to the first room, getting the egg, waiting for the ads to come through the door on the right, defeating them. Then we go activate the door on the left, go through that door, defeat the ads, get that egg, come back through, and then go to the door on the right and defeat the Phoenix 3 times. And what we're doing is collecting those eggs so that when we beat the Phoenix and we go up and we steal her egg, we replace it with the other egg that we collected, the fake egg, if you will. That is what is keeping you from getting the one shot. But until 2 weeks ago, when I was in a group and someone else said that, I had been playing this. How long has Amazon Fury 3 been out? I've been playing it since the day it launched for members. And I just found out 2 weeks ago that that's what causes the one shot, not what I believed it was. And it was an epiphany. It's one of those moments where the light comes on and you're like, holy crap, I'm an idiot. The same thing had happened to me in A and B. Back, I had played that mission 150 times before I realized what caused the one shot at the end. So it just, I'm constantly evolving, and I try to pay attention to what other people do, what other YouTubers do, to learn, because to me that's the only way that I'm going to stay on that scale, or, continue to follow that road of being a better DCUO player. And if I followed that same theory in life, I would be a better person. Unfortunately, I don't follow that theory in life. Unfortunately, a lot of times in life, I think I know everything, and I am the leader of the world. And, it's a lesson for all of us, I guess. We have to learn to follow the tank. But the problem is figuring out who the tank in your life is. Are you the tank? Maybe you are. I'm the tank of my family, for example. It's my job to take aggro on the world so that Lyda and Bodhi don't have to. Or of our group. And Bodhi, I don't know. He's the cute one. So it is what it is. But everything can relate to an MMO, I guess, if you think of it that way. And on that very, I don't even know. On that very philosophical note, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream because it has been 42 minutes. We've done some Amazon Fury Part 3 gameplay. We've got some ancient coins. I got to get to McDonald's and get some all-day breakfast so that I can take my afternoon nap and come back and play DCUO for the rest of the day, because that's what my Saturdays are for. Ah, your favorite character is Dick Grayson. Nice. Well, I will be ready to play, man. When you get your PlayStation going and you get your tune, holler at me and we'll hit up some DCUO. I may be back on tomorrow to stream for some Sunday Fun Day. I intend to. Sometimes things get out of hand on the weekends and we get wrapped up in family stuff and we don't. I may play the game, but I may not stream. But we'll be back on to stream as soon as we can, and I'll keep putting out videos weekly. I've got a couple ideas for some videos this week, so stay tuned to VAR Nation. If you don't subscribe, please do subscribe. VAR Nation is our YouTube channel. It is our dream, and our favorite game. It's dedicated to our favorite universe, the universe of DC Comics, and everything that is DC Comics. But mostly DCUO, because this is the game that lets us live inside the comic book world, if you will. You can follow us on Twitter at VAR_Nation. Thanks for watching. For Bodhi and Lyda, this is Rock VAR saying peace out.